Let's go to the setup area and look at preferences, something you will do as you begin to use RadioWorks. Down we go to the setup menu choice, and over here on the left we see the preferences button. We'll click on edit and enter some data. Now the name would be the name of your broadcast company, so we will give it a name. This will automatically appear on the contract. And it's set up so that all you have to do is enter numbers. You don't have to do spaces or hyphens. I put a hyphen in there. Okay, yes, that was one supplied by the program. Next, contact. If you're using the contact manager and you want to be prompted as to a typical length of time for recontacting that client, then you put a number in. For example, if whenever you record a contact you would like to follow that up in about a week, then you put 7 in there, and that's what the contact calendar will show you. Using Spot program paths, that will open up the Spot screen for you to put a path in for the audio, and this was designed specifically for Winamp. Civilian, that is how your time is displayed, AM and PM. If you prefer using military time, then this is the time to change it, one or the other. As a further note, you can set up RadioWorks using military time as far as the keystrokes. It'll convert to civilian if you have civilian converted here. So you could put in 1300 and it'll convert to 1 p.m. Now then, these user fields are for you, which is an option, to label some information collection in the client screen. So you have 5 of them here. You can also use the 6th one if you're not using it for the automation path. Again, that's for other types of automation systems that need a path name to the spot that they have scheduled, and then you'd put that information in here. Now, minutes between spots with type conflicts. The number you put in here will control how close 2 different auto dealers get to each other in your spot scheduling. 1 minute usually is enough to keep it out of the same break, and so we typically recommend that. Otherwise, you could run into a lot of difficulties trying to get spots scheduled when it tries to provide that separation for a greater number of minutes. The front load and the back load is if you're using the generic scheduling and not specifying any number per day or week, and that allows it a free floating number of spots throughout the schedule, and you can say I'd like 5% of the schedule to be up front as the schedule begins, and then also you have the option of 5% of the schedule being loaded more heavily toward the back of the schedule. And then finally, the minutes between spots with same spot conflicts. Well, all that means is when you're scheduling, let's say 5 or 10 spots a day, how close do you want to get them? Let's say you want to keep them 30 minutes apart, so you put 30 in here. When it comes to the spot scheduling, you can actually change that for each spot schedule, but whatever number you use most of the time, that's what you would put in here. Then finally, you'll notice how beautiful this teal screen is, but if you'd like a different color, just click here and then pick a color, and that will change the screens throughout RadioWorks to this new color. And if you don't like it, you can always come back here. Here's somebody created a custom color, and here down here is where you define custom colors, so you can just knock yourself out. So if I were to pick that and click OK, you would see there's the color. It shows you as a test. And if I go out and come back in, why, it should turn it to purple, and there it is. So if you say don't like that, then you'd have to go back to the default, or if you can even there. I got to click edit and click here, and let's see, I think we had something in this area, so that looks like it. Well, not quite, but close enough. Anyway, that is the preference area in setup.